Yeah, and thanks for tuning in to another awful movie review.
Hi, little buddy.
Part 4 of this bad giant monster film series, and like last week, we're jumping ahead a couple decades and looking at another giant creepy crawly flick. Thank you, John Goodman.
Yeah, that's right. I'm bad.
This is The Giant Spider Invasion, and it's about as enjoyable as a cheap Bloody Mary with fresh blended tarantula juice. This is directed by Bill Rebane.
Man can't even have any peace in his own house.
A Latvian-born American filmmaker who, oddly enough, tried to run for governor of Wisconsin in 1979, 4 years after this movie came out. Hey, maybe he was trying to rebrand his image. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to have my name attached to such credits like this movie or Monster A Go-Go.
Oh, not you again.
Which is literally one of the worst movies in existence. So atrocious that even I hesitate to touch it. But before you sit back and make yourself a spider-flavored Bloody Mary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment for a bad giant monster movie request. And if you value what I do and you want to help support me, please check out my Patreon in the description below.
Hell no!
Since the heart has a yearning for the unknown, if you're interested in unanswered stories of UFOs visiting Earth, bone-chilling evidence of paranormal activity, or some of the most famous murder cases gone cold, then head over to the podcast Weird Darkness, sponsoring this video. You'll find all sorts of ghoulish, blood-curdling, and most of all fascinating stories of the macabre 7 days a week. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, or go directly to their website using the description down below. I kinda like the concept of this film. A comet falls from the sky and brings with it alien spiders, which hatch out of these round rocks that look like coconuts. And these creatures come bearing gifts. Inside these rocks are a sort of diamonds from outer space. And they look like regular spiders, well apart from this huge one.
Well, I guess there's nothing going on in this neck of the woods.
And as silly as this sounds, this could actually pave the way for something decent. A good slice of B-movie sci-fi horror. But it's not. The Giant Spider Invasion is a giant pile of cow manure. I swear, there is so much ass-sucking going on here, it's crazy.
Say no more.
This movie cannot stop sucking major ass. The script is absolutely atrocious. The first good half an hour, we get a bunch of scientific mumbo-jumbo nobody cares about, as the scientists are half-heartedly trying to figure out what happened here.
Maybe we could use a helicopter.
No, no, it'd be too dangerous.
Well,
back to the tea.
back to the tea.
Yeah, who cares honestly? I got bigger fish to fry than a mysterious meteorite landing on Earth and spreading radioactive energy.
All hell's broken loose. It's gonna be hard to keep the lid on now.
There are way too many characters in a film that's only 80 minutes long. We hardly get to know any of them.
You know, you and Terry don't look much alike for sisters. But I gotta say that good looks run in your family.
If you were 5 years older, I'd jump you.
Terry!
Yeah, on second thoughts, maybe I'd rather not get to know them. I can tell class is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
I could, do things for you if you know what I mean.
Oof, and now he's trying to rizz up his own stepdaughter. Who are these people? Well, they're the same people who aren't really bothered about the meteorite crashing next to them, which looks horrible by the way, and suddenly finding mutilated cattle on their land.
Well, Dave, a space warp is a gravitational pull so intense that it makes a black hole in space.
Okay, fair enough, but that doesn't account for all the spiders though. But you guys already know there won't be any explanation for that.
Never mind about that now.
To be fair, I rarely ever say this about these movies I review, but I had a relative fondness for the town sheriff, played by Alan Hale, who previously had worked on the show Gilligan's Island. He always has a smile on his face, even if the jokes that were written for his character fall flat most of the time and just make me want to throw my computer out the window.
Oh, I used to take physics. But now I find that prunes do the better job for me.
Vance, did you ever see the movie Jaws? Well, it makes that shark look like a goldfish.
And while he may certainly not seem like the type, the sheriff is quite a man, and he's willing to take on the giant spider himself, barehanded, 1v1, man versus spider. Unfortunately, all his brave and noble efforts were in vain, but will not be forgotten.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
This brings me to another reason why The Giant Spider Invasion is just a terrible movie. The crew chose to use a mechanical spider instead of a real one filmed on miniature sets, and good gracious does it look unbelievably goofy.
Did I ever tell you you're gorgeous?
Not recently.
It's insane that anyone saw this and thought, yeah, you know what? That looks fine. And it just kills me to see it walk. It looks like the legs aren't doing anything, and the spider is just floating itself through the crowds. Honestly, guys, I'm putting this giant spider into the same category as monsters like the Giant Claw or the Mighty Gorga. At the very end, when the credits roll, this appears.
And Pharaoh refused the children of Israel their right to Exodus. The heavens opened up and deluged the land with flies, frogs, lice, and locusts.
Oh, so let me get this straight. The giant spider invasion is now some sort of biblical prophecy. The bad guy in all this is actually God? I didn't see that one coming. And this review all leads me to a head-scratching question, which I do not have the answer to, obviously. How was this movie a box office success? A film of quality this low shouldn't ever have been a hit with people, and somehow they were fooled into buying a ticket to see this cinematic turd.
Lay off the booze.
While internet sources vary, this disaster piece grossed between, get ready for this, 15 to a whopping $22 million at the box office, which would today be the equivalent of $133 million. All that money for a flick I would rather hammer a nail into my leg than re-watching. Life is really mysterious sometimes. But honestly, folks, overall, if there's one thing that isn't a mystery, one thing I can say with dire honesty is, what an awful movie.